Professor, Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Department, Bharati College of Engineering and Technology, Durg. Dear students, today we will learn the classification of signals and of course the classification of systems also in digital signal processing. This is very important part and basic part of the digital processing, digital signal processing. That belongs in the first unit also. And dear students, this is very important because everywhere you need the different types of signals which are applied in the different types of system derived by certain equations. Today, this digital signal processing and its benefit with respect to these signals and system we will see here. Here you can see by a signal we mean any variable that carries or contains some kind of information that can be conveyed, displayed or manipulated. So this is a very basic definition and you are already known what is this information, what is the signal. Signal means the any kind of information or contents that carries and manipulated. Examples of signals of particular interest are like speech is encountered in telephony, radio and everyday life. Similarly, biomedical signals like heart signals, brain signals, etc. Sound and music signals as reproduced by the compact disc player that we are observing in everyday. Video and images that I am in now preparing this video for you. So this is also one of the type of signal. Radar signals which are used to determine the range and bearing of distant targets. Radar signals, that are types of signals. Then the main attraction of the DSP comes from the key advantages such as the guaranteed accuracy. Accuracy is only determined by the number of bits used, perfect reproducibility, identical performance from unit to unit, that is a digital recording can be copied or reproduced several times with no loss in signal quality. This is very important because we don't need the losses in the signal. If there occurs a losses in the signal, we cannot proceed for the analysis of the digital system, and we need without losses that we need the quality of the signal also. No drift in performance with the temperature and age. Uses advanced in semiconductor technology to achieve nowadays very advanced technology is used, that is semiconductor technology with smaller size, lower cost, low power consumption, higher operating speed, etc. Then greater flexibility, reprogrammable, no need to modify the hardware, superior performance, that is linear phase response can be achieved, complex adaptive filtering becomes possible. Here linear phase response, it is in the FIR filter. We will go through the linear phase response. This is also very important to get the linear phase response. Then some of the disadvantages may also be there of this digital signal processing. The speed and cost, DSP designs can be expensive, especially when large bandwidth signals are involved. ADC or DSCs are either too expensive or do not have sufficient. What happens actually, dear students, while processing the digital signal, we need to have the large bandwidth sometimes. So to achieve the large bandwidth, we need this cost factor is also important. So this is one of the disadvantages. Then resolution for wide bandwidth applications. Then DSP designs can be time consuming plus need the necessary resources. That is also a very important factor. Finite world length problems. This is one of the article of your syllabus in the last part, that is finite world length. This is also very important for the design of the DSP algorithms and signals. If only a limited number of bits is used due to economic considerations, the serious degradation in system performance may result. So low economy is not also possible because of the degradation in the system. Hence, then these are the various application areas of the DSP: image processing, instrumentation and control, speech and audio, and military applications. Some of the applications are written here, like in image processing we have pattern recognition, robotic vision, image enhancement, facsimile, that is facts, animation, etc. Instrumentation in data acquisition system, data compression, noise reduction, spectrum analysis, speech in audio, speech recognition, speech synthesis, text to speech analysis, then digital audio equalization, military applications like radar processing is a very important, play an important role, sonar processing, missile processing. These are applications of the digital signal processing. In telecommunication, biomedical and consumer applications also. We have echo cancellation, adaptive equalization, spread spectrum, then biomedical patient monitoring, EEG, ECG, X-ray. These are the applications. Consumer, cellular, mobile, digital camera, internet phone, etc. Next, please. Then these are the key DSP operations. From here we will go through the basic things of the DSP. These are the very key operations used throughout the digital signal processing. What is the convolution? Convolution is related again with the linear convolution and the circular convolution. We will go through it also. Then correlation. Correlation. Again there are two types of correlation: autocorrelation and cross correlation. Digital filtering. Various types of filters are used in digital systems like FIR filters, IIR filters, etc. Then discrete transformation. Frequency to frequency transformation may be possible. Low frequency to low frequency, low frequency to high frequency, high frequency to low frequency, low frequency to band pass, like this. This transformation is also required. Then modulation is also important factor of the digital signal processing. Then what is this signal? We have already seen in the previous example. What is any physical phenomenon that conveys some information can be called as a signal. This is very simple. What is signal? Signal means a real or complex valued function of real variables. For example, if a is equal to x of t is any signal, then variable t is called independent variable, and value of x of t, that is a, is called as dependent variable. So here this is dependent variable and this is independent variable in the signal. This is the representation of a simple signal without any complex value. Then signal can be one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional signal. 1D signal is a speech signal. Example, this is the example of the one-dimensional signal is the speech. Whatever I am talking, this is the speech signal. 2D signals is the gray image. Gray images, whatever the gray images we are looking are the two-dimensional signal. While in this 3D signal is the color images. Color images are the three-dimensional signals. Signals represent some variable of interest in association with the systems. For example, in electrical system, associated signals are current and voltages. These are also the signals. Then these are the classification of various signals. Signals can be classified according to the nature, that is whether it is analog signal or whether it is a digital signal. These are basically two types of the signals: analog signals and digital signals. Analog signal means it is a continuous time signal, and digital signal means both in continuous time as well as in continuous amplitude signal, called as the digital signal. While in analog signal we can have two different types: continuous time signal and discrete time signal. Shortly we abbreviate it as a DTS signal. So discrete time signal or continuous time signal, and in both cases we have deterministic and non-deterministic signals, periodic and non-periodic signal, that is a periodic, even and odd signal, that is symmetric or asymmetric signal, energy and power signal, then causal, non-causal or anti-causal signal. These are the various types of signals classifications. Then continuous time versus discrete time signal, CT versus DT, continuous time and discrete time signals. Continuous time signals are defined for every value of time, and discrete times are the signals which are discrete in nature with respect to the time. For example, x1 of t is cos phi t is a continuous time signal. x2 of t is equal to e to the power minus t is a continuous signal. This is analog circuit. Either it may be active or passive. This is input, this is output, and this is response. So this is the continuous time signal here with respect to this time. This is continuous. The analog processing, different amplification, then implemented via passive or active electronic circuits. Then discrete time signals are defined only at certain specific value of time. This is called as discrete time signals. This is the specific value of time 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At 5 we have this amplitude, at 6 we have this amplitude. So this is certain specific of time. Discrete time signals. Okay, then continuous amplitude only defined for certain time instances can be obtained from analog signal via sampling. For example, x of n is equal to 0.8 to the power n if n is greater than or equal to 0 and it is 0 otherwise. The function provides an example of a discrete time signal. Then digital signal, signal which is discrete in time and quantized and encoded in magnitude is called digital signal. Back. This is the discrete time signal. But this discrete time signal is converted into the digital signal. Just we have seen the definition of the digital signal. The discrete time signal which is quantized at a particular level. So suppose if we take this high value, then this should be quantized at the high value. This should be quantized at the high value. And if we take this low value, then all these will be quantized at the low value. So then it is called as a digital signal. Right? So this is the definition of the digital signal, which is discrete in time and quantized and encoded in magnitude is called as the digital signal. Or in shortly, I can say that digital signals are one where its magnitude as well as the time both are discrete. Right? Then deterministic signal, deterministic and non-deterministic signal. This is one of the classification. Name itself suggestive. Deterministic signal means the signal of which we can determine the value. The signal of which we can determine the value. Behavior of the signal is periodic with respect to time. There is no uncertainty with respect to its value and time. These signals can be expressed mathematically. For example, x of t is equal to sin 3t is deterministic signal. We can determine the value. Then non-deterministic random signal. Behavior of this signal is random, that is not predictable with respect to time. There is an uncertainty with respect to its value at any time. These signals can't express mathematically. These are called as the non-deterministic signal. That means we cannot determine. It is a random signals and we can use the by in another way. Thank you very much. Next time we will go further of this signal science.